This is we're taking a look at Notre Dame versus Indiana, and of course, very first college football playoff game on campus happens to be in South Bend, Indiana. What an atmosphere. Unbelievable game for the Irish. And right here on this one, play that everybody's talking about. I mean, all it is a heavy set. You're down here in what we call the yellow zone. You're backed up. It's hard to communicate, especially on the road, but right here, obviously a home game. But the communication as far as looking at the signal is really the issue. And then, of course, you're right there on the precipice. You got to be really cognizant of what's going on. But again, how are you going to ever break records if you're not 99, 98 yards back? And right here on this one, Notre Dame just running the football, and they haven't busted on this. Indiana, in their base 3 front, really trying to be aggressive, a heavy set. You got extra linemen in here, extra tight ends, a one high look. You know you're one-on-one right here with the off corner playing what looks like to be off man-to-man. Safety rolls into the box pretty quickly, and all this is inside zone or duo, whatever you want to call it. Everybody's basically stepping with their left foot, and we're working up. He's working that inside gap up there as well. You have everybody in the box basically taken care of. He's probably a free hitter. He's probably a free hitter if you take everything into account right there. This front side guard is able to work directly up. Nobody's really in that gap. And that's what Kurt Signani was talking about right there on that, is when he gets into this outside gap, he slants in right here. There's 2 gaps that he's got to take care of, which is this front side A gap and front side B gap. That's why he's saying we don't have enough guys for that gap. Somebody's supposed to slant in that gap, so now he's only got 1 gap. He steps in, that guard's got a free release up to him. And right there, this guy to the backside gets taken up as well. It's just a straight downhill right here with Jeremiah Love. And whenever you got everybody taken care of, take a crease. Now you've got a safety. And the reason why this is such a bad angle is because as soon as this thing snaps, he starts working down. And he's really unsure of where this is going to hit. And it hits at that angle as opposed to that angle. And now you've got to be on your horse and make a play. But right here, Jeremiah Love just outruns him. So right there, just simple inside zone. Don't quite get the call as far as probably slanting for Indiana. And right there, Jeremiah Love takes it all the way to the house. Great play. Big momentum shift here for Notre Dame. Of course, got to understand what had just happened as well. Notre Dame threw a pick on the very first play, and then Indiana comes back in the red zone goal line. They throw a pick as well. And it's 0-0 right here in the first quarter. And this pretty much stomps out any momentum there early for Indiana. That was a really great look here for Notre Dame, of course. Jadarian Price this time at running back. And all it is inside zone with a lead here. So you're getting double teams all over the place. Double team there up. They're going to double team there to the backside. They're probably double team that up to whatever shows up. And they end up taking this guard and this tackle. Basically, you're responsible for these 2. He's going to step inside and he's going to work back out to it. So you got everybody in the box taken care of. What they're trying to do is work him out and work him into this area right here. So you do have everybody fit up and you got all your gaps taken care of. But right here on this one, gets bounced because you know you got a lead here. He's working up. The angle looks great to bounce this thing. He's working there. Mid-zone, working outside. Great job understanding who's most dangerous and who's getting into the box here by the receiver. He sees that safety trying to fit in, so I'm going to slide right over here. I'm going to pin. That's what happens right there. Great job. Hands in front, so it's not a block in the back. Your hands are in front. I'd love to get your hat across a little bit more, but ends up working out where he's able to bounce. Now that guy had this outside linebacker or nickel, whatever you want to call him, he condensed when this receiver went in. He's reading that guy, so it condenses. Now this thing bounces all the way to the outside. Everybody's getting pinned to the inside, and now that's a great look to get on the edge. Make that outside linebacker miss, and they're rolling right there. This is a big play. This is a 1st and 15 right after a penalty. So being able to create an explosive run just on inside zone lead against the Indiana's defense, obviously coming into the game was the #1 rush defense in the country and almost got 200 yards on a team that only been giving up right around 70 per game. So it was a great game plan. Great job sticking with it as well for Notre Dame. This is a look here from Indiana's defense. Again, I know they're #1 run defense in the country so far, but maybe that has to do with who they played. There's really nobody in either one of these gaps. If this backside guard can get to this nose and cut him off, you got free release up to these linebackers as long as you cut off this backside as well. He's the only guy that's left. They're in the pistol. They're running mid-zone that direction. There's a huge bubble right there, and that's what happens. So guard reaches it. Tackle steps inside thinking they may switch their gaps, which I really think that's what they're trying to do. He's in there taking most dangerous. They should be working in that gap. Body for body here. Center, guard, work straight up to the linebackers. And this is on a 3rd and 1. So I'm not real sure what they're doing as far as having just an alignment where you can run that thing right at that open gap. And that's what they do. Body on a body. Falls forward through an arm tackle. And, of course, whenever you break an arm tackle there on rotation, from these guys, you see they're rotating there, rotating back. There's really not going to be much left because they're not going to be able to rotate vertically into the box. They're rotating horizontally. They run through an arm tackle here. Good play here by Aeneas Williams. I mean, to run through that arm tackle from that D tackle and create an explosive play, get down close to field goal range. Of course, this drive does lead to the field goal here for Notre Dame, but interesting alignment there for Indiana's defense. And Notre Dame, great job taking advantage of it. Would love for that pistol back to get going a little bit quicker because this takes a little bit long right here. You see how deep he is. He's at 9 yards. And with him being at 9 yards, that almost allows these guys to edge this tight end and this tackle here, get an arm or whatever on that running back. Love for that to hit a little bit quicker, but still running at that giant bubble. Another look here from Indiana's defense. This time it looks like they're in the forefront. You got 3 over 2 out here, but you got a heavy set over here to the nub side, so you should be able to get a double there up, which I think this fullback's actually the guy that's going to double right there. He's working there. They're working up, just running duo. So it looks like they're zoning that direction, but they're really looking to run the ball here to that back side where they got some heavy bodies over there. You got a couple tight ends. And that's what happens on this. Again, pistol, running straight downhill right at the heavy set. Make those guys step into the double teams. Now they're going to bounce it. And right here you can see pretty good movement here by the O-line. Right here looks like some horizontal movement. And you got guys that are working up to the linebackers. So there's your fullback, tight end. They're basically working both those guys. The linebacker that floated over the top in that corner. Safety, who's the only guy in the middle of the field. As you see him right here, he's going to be the only guy that's unblocked on this one as he fits in. Running back, great job. You know there's going to be an unblocked guy just based off of alignment and based off of numbers. Falls forward gets 9 right here on a first down. So this is a great play. If you can get 9 yards on a 1st and 10 now, you got a really good chance to take a shot, something along those lines on a 2nd and 1, or you can just run the ball and make sure you get this first down depending on what your game plan is. I was just trying to do as far as how aggressive you are. But right here, downhill duo, Notre Dame, great job getting body on body, moving people. 9 yards on a 1st and 10 is huge for any drive. Last one we're going to look at right here, just final touchdown run here for Riley Leonard. The motion across, you got extra bodies over here. You got a couple tight ends, tight end here to the backside. And they're just running inside zone with a read to the left. And right here on this one, again, this is what we're probably thinking they're going to get. Got to get in that inside gap. He's working that guy. And then somebody's got to be in this gap, or there's going to be a hand, and see him squeezing. And right here, I'm thinking Riley Leonard's probably reading just the C gap or D gap, whatever. I mean, E gap. I don't even know what you'd call this. You're just reading the outside of this tight end. If there's nobody left, we got a good chance to pull the football. And right here, as you see, he's probably seeing that guy squeeze, that guy squeeze. There's nobody right there for the quarterback. Again, I think this takes a little bit long with how deep this back is. Love to hit that thing a little bit quicker, make this happen. But with that ride and the patience, he's able to slide in. Nobody left right there in that outside gap with that motion. I'm not sure if they didn't communicate this well enough and understand that they had an extra gap once that tight end got over there. But once they squeeze, great read here by Riley Leonard as well. Walks in the end zone, 15th rushing touchdown of the year, breaking a Notre Dame record. So big play. And of course, whenever you look at what happened later in the game, this was a huge touchdown, making sure they're able to stay up by at least 2 scores there at the end of the game. So we looked at a couple of runs, a couple of schemes, different things that Notre Dame was able to do against Indiana's defense. Now we're looking at some of the passing game. And of course, if you watch the game, a couple of big shots, but mainly check down city, getting completions. And it was a good game plan by Mike Denbrock. Obviously, the conditions and stuff kind of dictate what you're doing as well. But right here, a little bit of motion. This is a 3rd and 6. So this is a big play right here, 3rd and 6. Motion across. Notre Dame's up 7-0 right here, and they're running across. He's running here. He's running an option route, either a vertical slot fade corner, basic, something along those lines. But you got hitch over here. So what Riley Leonard sees is once he motions across, he sees the safety roll down, safety roll back over here. And what that tells you right here, once he bumps out as well, you got 4 over 3. Numbers aren't great. You got a hitch here to the backside, so it's free access, especially with an off corner. So here, Riley Leonard, ball gets snapped, flips his hips, flips it out there. As you look at it, this is a 3rd and 6. And so pretty poor job here by this DB breaking on it. Throws this thing back where he can run away from it, but right there, the ball is caught, and he's 2 yards short. And you got him conversion. Should be a good chance to get him on the ground. But here on this one, corner doesn't do a great job of tracking the hip. Once he turns, he should be firing his guns low, get him on the ground, but instead slips, falls, and right here, Bo Collins with a big move. I mean, this is a huge play, 3rd and 6. Throws it behind the sticks, and he makes the corner miss, gets 10 yards. So great job here. Good read, seeing what's happening here from the defense, taking your free access, and then trusting that Bo Collins is going to make somebody miss and get the first down for you on 3rd and 6. This is a good call again. Just a 2nd and 8, but motion across. They had a heavy set, so you got basically 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, 1 back, and you got split receivers here. Motion one of the tight ends out, and both these guys are basically going to lead out. And right here, 9, Eli Raridon does a great job here on this play. He's blocking most dangerous, so he comes off the ball kind of slow, looking to see what happens. He sees he drops Eyes are in the backfield. He sees his corner fire. So he says, I'm going to go ahead and take that guy. Other tight end right here, he just arcs out. He knows he's going to pin whatever shows up, so he ends up pinning this inside linebacker right there to the inside. Both tackles are setting, trying to watch them by. Guard, center getting out, guard getting into the alley, center getting into the alley there as well. And right here on this one, does a great job getting outside this tight end. So we got two big bodies out there rolling through the alley. Great job here by Eli getting that kick. Now we got bodies rolling in space. Not a great job by the tight end, but he gets just enough to keep him from firing in there and making the tackle. But right there on that one, great job. Now we're in the alley, two big bodies. Now are they absolutely mollywhopping people and doing a great job? Not really. But again, big guys in space running. They'll avoid you. Great. Let that back make the cutoff of you, that receiver make the cutoff of you, and that's what happens on this one. Falls forward. Easy screen pass here on a 2nd and 8 for a first down. Really well executed there by both tight ends as far as knowing who they're blocking, because it's a different look there from Indiana's defense. And then those linemen getting out in space do a great job as well. This is a great look here for a touchdown by Mike Denbrock. And this is a play that everybody runs. And of course, Notre Dame loves duo, and they're in a heavy set. You got two tight ends and an extra lineman. Here's what you got: 3 tight ends over here. Basically, he blocks out, he blocks down, just like his duo. And a lot of times what they'll do is they'll work him inside. He'll block that backer, safety just roll down, leave this corner, and safety to try to make the play. But on this one, they do a great job. He knows that he's going to start on the safety. He's getting pretty aggressive. Corner's already got outside leverage because he's got to sit here for anything that may go to the flats on a play action. So he stutters, then he bursts and goes vertical right there again. Hard play action. The Lions actually sliding, not just real aggressive. So right here, if you're seeing a high hat, low hat, you might see a high hat from those guys, but they are sliding, full slide on this one. Shoulders down over there for the quarterback. And again, Jaden Thomas doing a great job right here. Just a little bit of a stutter, make him feel like he's trying to get blocked. And then he just slips it outside leverage. Corner's the only guy left. Throw him away from him. Keep him running away from that corner. Love to turn your hands over. He makes this a little bit harder than it should be. Turn your hands over. Use your thumbs to catch the football. But right there, great job by Leonard knowing, hey, I've got this field to throw him to. Keep him running away from that corner. That's the only guy that can make the play. Huge touchdown right here. Going up 2 scores at the start of the 2nd quarter, basically, against a team that you've really shut down so far offensively. So this is a great call, great aggressive call by Mike Denbrock in the red zone. Makes something happen right here on 2nd and goal. This play right here is a heck of a play by Riley Leonard. I thought this was maybe his best play of the night. And looks like they're running some sort of a smash here, a Y cross, and this guy's running a basic. So this is basically number 4 in his progression. So he's looking over here to the left, as you see. Do we like the smash? I guess not. Maybe that DB or whatever is breaking down to it. So he's finding 2 to the cross, getting condensed here by outside linebacker, finding 4, and as he's finding 4, you're getting a free rusher. The guy spins off of Rocco right here. Spindler gets in spin cycle, but right there, good play here by the defensive lineman, and he's condensing it. But again, getting to number 4 in your progression, and you're getting hit. You have nothing on this other than arm and just toughness, man. This is a great play by Riley Leonard, getting to number 4 in his progression. Throwing the ball, is it the most accurate thing you could have? No, but as far as getting hit and still being able to be accurate right there, enough to make a play, huge play right there. And of course, Jordan Faison's able to get down, make a huge play for a first down. This is on 3rd and 6, so again, critical point in this game. I believe they end up getting a field goal on this drive as well, so they had a couple big 3rd downs where they were able to convert. And this drive that was big, obviously whenever you came down to the end of it, all those points were huge, keeping it a 2-score game there for Notre Dame. But great play by Riley Leonard to give this guy a chance. And, of course, Jordan getting down and making a play on a low football. I just thought this was a really good football play by both guys. Right here on 2nd and 4, about 6.5 minutes left, and Notre Dame ends up taking a shot. All they run right here is they're basically running a shallow concept. And this is a great call against I think this is a quarters look. You have a man looks to the outside, but you see these safeties are pretty tight on these tight ends, fullbacks that are working across. So there's your shallow. And right here, you are play action. So downhill, trying to get those guys, but really, whenever you see these safeties hang, you got a post here to the outside, and once he sees those safeties hang and not getting over the top, great. I'm just going to buy time. I'm going to throw this post out there, throw it away from the corner who should have inside leverage, especially knowing that he doesn't have any safety help. But right on this one, great job climbing the pocket as well. You see him hitting the top of his drop, step up. He's trying to swipe that arm. That's why you got to bring that back elbow. You see right here, this elbow by Riley Leonard. He tucks that back elbow when he steps up so he doesn't get hit. Now he steps up, a guy in his face, throw the receiver away from coverage. And right there again, great job getting inside leverage. Keep him running just like they did earlier with that touchdown. Keep him running away from the DB because he's the only guy that can make the play. He's got outside leverage. Keep him running. And that's what they do right here. Again, it's our guy. Facing, making a huge play. Had a pretty good game. A lot of big completions in big moments. And this is a big one as well, getting down to the 1 yard line. Love to see him score right here on this one. but comes up just a little bit short. Riley Leonard ends up taking it in. But right there, great job throwing away from coverage. Huge football play right here. 6.5 minutes left, taking a shot, creating an explosive play. Of course, we look at the run game, at least the pass game for Notre Dame, but really, we all know the reason Notre Dame's moving on is because of their defense. Defense played really well. Got after Indiana's offense, which Indiana's offense apparently scoring top 10 in the country. Who knew? But apparently stats don't lie or whatever. But didn't look like a first-tier offense to me. But, of course, Notre Dame's defense got after it. And right on this one, a little bit of a blitz. Looks like they're trying to run a counter here, pulling this backside guard. And right on this one, time up the blitz to replace that guard who's pulling. So this is a great call. Just happened to be the right one. Of course, beats the center who's trying to block back. Linebacker gets in there. No chance on this play. So, again, the timing of this blitz, huge. Replacing that guy, center doesn't see it. So linebacker's able to get in there free and, of course, knocks off the backside puller. And then once you jumble all that up, now it's just people run to the football. So it's all jumbled up, great. Now it's run to the football, let's get him on the ground. And now it's just an absolute mollywop in here. Smoked this dude early in the game. This is first quarter. I think this is actually the first play. So this is a heck of a first play here for Notre Dame's defense. Getting after him, blowing up counter. Great way to set the tone here against Indiana's offense. It was a huge play, of course, after Notre Dame threw their interception to start off the game, which was their only turnover. Right here, again, wide cross, we saw Riley Leonard throw a wide cross, so we got this backside dig. Right on this one, should be staying over here on the smash because it's 2-on-2, and they do get a little bit of a rub, but instead he gets off of it and forces this crossing route in there. A little bit inaccurate. Of course, this is tight coverage. You got 2-on-2 right here, and then you got a deep safety. And anytime you just got a deep safety just kind of hanging in there, sometimes if you miss high, especially in the middle of the field, they got a chance to make a play. And that's what happens on this one. Makes a play down on the 2-yard line. Of course, we know what happens there as far as momentum. Love takes it 98 yards to the house. That is a huge momentum swing for Notre Dame. Of course, if Indiana goes down there and scores 7-0 Indiana, and Love doesn't have that 98-yarder, this game could be different, especially the way that it played out with momentum. So it's a big sequence of events that happened right here with about 11 minutes left in the first quarter. This is one of the things with Notre Dame's defense is you just never get into a rhythm because they don't give you free completions. And, of course, they do a great job with just the fundamentals. They are getting into your face here, but they're not quite getting there. There is space. You got a wheel or a swing here by the back, and you got a slant, and there is space there. So if you're accurate, you can get a completion. Of course, he's going to try to knock that thing out. And what ends up happening here with that twist, great job being aware of what's going on, not going to get to it, arms up, and we get that thing knocked down. So it's just one of those things you don't get in a rhythm. If Rourke gets into a little bit of a rhythm, you see this mic push here, and they're able to hit this slant, and they get about 5-10 yards here on this. Cool. But the main thing is now you can get in tempo. You're feeling good about yourself. Those receivers are gaining some confidence, but instead, arms up in the face of the quarterback with this twist from the outside in. Great play right there. You do get a batted ball, but it's one of those things that is a huge play. Keep them from getting momentum at any point. That's what Notre Dame's defense does. They're not giving anything. No momentum, no free completions, and that's what really makes it. And when you can get no momentum and no confidence, it's really hard to get going as an offense. This play right here is some great recognition here by Notre Dame's defense. Looks like they're playing man-to-man. As you see, this is one of the Dolphins' favorite plays. This is one of college football's favorite plays from this past year. And you're getting some sort of a in-breaking route, whether it's a glance, maybe it's a sit, whatever it is. And then you got a wheel, and then you've got a guy coming from the backside to the flats as well. Great job here. You see safety right here, eyeballing that guy. Once he crosses, he fires down. And right here, it looks like inside zone up front. So if this guy gets wide with all this, and they're just going to hand inside zone, but he squeezes for the run. So you get a pull, and then great job running the alley, staying with your man, and gets a completion, but completion for maybe 1 yard at the most. This is a great play. Great job sticking with them. Now, if you are a coach right here, once he goes over the top, you might throw this thing back shoulder or give it to him right there on that wheel. But either way, it's pretty sticky coverage there from Notre Dame. Now letting those guys get into space with that RPO. There's another way to see how Notre Dame's defense just running to the football, trying to run a reverse. You get an extra block here, he jabs at him, and he gets going inside zone. They knew they were going to squeeze. Just based off that very last play we looked at, they're inside zone. They are going to squeeze. They're going to surf with it. Right there, he gets outside, fake downhill, giving the reverse out to the backside, going to crack the safety. And on this one, he does crack the safety, but these corners from Notre Dame, they love to tackle. He's flying around right there, and, of course, these linemen. Just the pursuit right here is what really makes Notre Dame's defense really lethal. Of course, they got good players, but then they play with great effort and they play with great violence. On a reverse, getting about 2 yards, and that's the corner getting over the top. It makes a heck of a play, but keeping contained, pushing him back to all his buddies that are running to the football. And once he stops his momentum, no chance right there. Again, 5-6 guys at the football, making a play, being violent. Great job there by Notre Dame playing with their hair on fire, getting after the ball carrier there on reverse. Very next play right here, speed rush, and of course the design right here. This is a 3rd and 11. You got 3 guys over here, so you know you're going to get one-on-one. That's what they're wanting to get. They're wanting to get a one-on-one with this guy. You got back away. He's probably responsible for this linebacker. But you got great coverage in the secondary. Looks like 2-man. And you've got a one-on-one here that you felt good about. Great long arm here. This is a freshman, 6'7", I guess. Puts his arm right in the middle of his chest and just scrapes tight to his block. Right at the upfield arm, make him step up and runs right through him. This is a really good rush. And, of course, the design here is really good as well. Again, you're getting a twist here to make sure that he can't step up into the pocket. We want to make sure he condense this. But based on having 3 to a side, it's one-on-one, especially where you wanted it. Right tackle spot with one of your better rushers. Hits home. Big sack there. Really no chance there for Rourke. This is a great play here behind their nickel. Again, Indiana doesn't do a great job. You get a body on him. Everything looks cool. He bounces it out. There's really nobody in that gap. But right there, slips it and then gets back vertical to make sure you can't outrun him to the outside. Shoot your guns low. Gets him on the ground right there for, a negative play. This is a huge tackle and a great job right there. Get him on the ground. So just playing fast. Notre Dame tackling the ball really well. And Indiana kind of missing a couple blocks there. Allow that guy to get free. But again, even when that guy gets free, you still got to get him on the ground. So I thought that was a great play by Jordan Clark. He's actually an Arizona State transfer. Makes a heck of a play right here. Shooting his guns low, get him on the ground for a negative play. Great look here of Notre Dame just being great at football. I mean, this is obviously taught up from Marcus Freeman and the defensive staff right here. Everybody's mugged down. Looks like man-to-man here on the back, on the outside. And, hey, what are they going to try to do when you're mugged down? They might try to screen you. They might try to run a quick game. So we got to get our hands up if we feel that ball's getting out quickly. But right here on this one, we see the back step up. And right here, Drake Bowen sees what's going on. Great football play here on this. Guy's trying to block him. Guard is, but that's fine. I'm going to outrun him, get him on the ground. So this is a great play here by Drake. Reading that screen, playing fast. And, of course, these guys, they feel it as well, so they start working back. But Drake's the guy that makes this play. Great awareness right here, and great job finishing as well. Negative play, again, from Indiana's offense on this screenplay. Last thing we're going to look at is just the swinging gate. Obviously, Notre Dame trying to get some stuff going here on this, and they get lucky they call timeout on this. But as you can see, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys out here. You got your tight end, bring him across. I mean, are we going to run the jet sweep with the kicker holder, whoever this guy is? Probably not. But people have to move with it, and they move as far as numbers, and they flip it out there to that tight end who's trying to run basically outside zone here at it. The numbers are great to run it because Indiana's basically got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on 6. You may fill in late, but all we got to do is get down to the 2-yard line, get a first down. They do come up a little bit short, flip it out there to them. They don't quite get a ball on body like you would hoped. And, of course, this is a tight end as well. So one of those things, a bigger body guy, you're hoping that he can fall forward. Indiana's defense gets off blocks. They don't quite hold up. Should be blocking there, block there. Keep scooping so we can work up there. But they don't do just a great job of staying with the wall. Get them on the ground early. But, of course, Indiana does call a timeout on this one. So they do end up getting a field goal to go up 20-3. But you can see what they're looking for. Are the numbers good? Great. Let's go ahead and flip it out there to the tight end, see if we can get a first down. And, of course, whenever you do stuff like this as well, it makes the other team a lot of times burn a timeout like they did. And, again, if they burn a timeout, great, we'll kick it. We'll go up 3 scores. And now they're down to 2 timeouts, which could come into play later in the game, which, of course, it does. With Indiana trying to rally back, they don't have an extra timeout to try to spin and conserve some clock there for them. So I thought it was an interesting call. Great job being aggressive. Got to be aggressive in the playoffs. That's what Notre Dame did most of the night. Really appreciate you guys watching. Of course, Notre Dame with a big win, playing here in, 11 days or so against Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. Hope you guys can make it down there to that one. But if you made it this far, make sure you click right here. It's what YouTube thinks you'll like. And we'll see you guys again in the next video.